What's up, guys? Sorry for my voice in advance. I'm actually coming back from being sick, but in today's video we're going to be installing this aftermarket Android screen for my 2021 Sonata. Now, fair warning, before we start this installation, if you want your factory backup camera to continue to function as normal, you have to purchase this canvas box as a separate thing. Now don't worry, I'm going to be dropping a separate video explaining all of the details. This video is strictly just the installation. Just remember to check the link down below before actually watching this video. Alright, to start off this installation, all you're going to need is a simple Phillips head screwdriver as well as a plastic pry tool. So to kick things off, we're going to locate our passenger side door. We're going to go ahead and locate this plastic panel covering right here. Once you remove the plastic covering, you're going to locate this screw right here, and we're going to go ahead and remove that. Don't forget to keep track of your screws, and don't worry, all of the screws that we're taking out are exactly the same. Continuing using this pry tool, we're going to go ahead and remove this upper trim piece as well. My personal recommendation is to start from the right and work your way all the way through the top trim. This part is all clips, so it should be pretty simple to get it off. Now, I have custom lighting on the car, so I will be making a separate video on that as well. Now, because that's detached, I'm going to be leaving it by the steering wheel. Now that the trim is off, we're going to be locating our screws. Start on the second one on the right. Don't forget there are going to be two hidden screws under the head unit holding in the housing, as well as this third hidden screw on the left side, and there are two additional screws located above the head unit. Go ahead and pry that off as well. Remember to skip the first screw. Now go ahead and start removing all of the other screws. Now, in order to access the screws behind this trim piece, we're going to go back to where we started. Now go ahead and pry under this plastic piece and just to pop it out towards you, and the rest of the dash should just pop right out. Now, if you ever needed to swap out any buttons or vents, this is the best way to do it as well. Okay, once you've removed all of the screws, we're going to go ahead and start pulling the head unit towards you. Now be mindful, it kind of pops up and then comes towards you because it's sitting on kind of its own shelf, if you will. And this is basically how you remove your factory head unit. Now keep in mind, all of the wiring for the car is actually attached to the back of the head unit, so just be careful. And if you're like me and you don't have a garage, just be careful because that metal backing becomes very hot. And this is what the factory head unit looks like. And I'm going to do my best to try to explain what all of these different things do. So here's the footage of me trying to explain it in the moment. So this right here is the USB that I was talking about. It looks very weird, obviously, I know. All of these kind of just go into the system for like your GPS system, your BlueLink system. Don't worry, your sensors will still work with this as well. That's all part of the main wire hardener sitting right here. You won't need this. I don't exactly know what this one was for particularly, but I think somebody said that it was for some type of sensor. But again, with the canvas, it actually bypasses that and works with it perfectly fine. This is actually just my Android Auto system because now I moved it from down there to internally, so that way it'll be a lot cleaner. So all you gotta do is just kind of cover these up and, well, I guess tie these off and then leave these exposed. And now we're gonna go ahead and get ready to install the actual screen itself. So here is the actual screen itself. Again, I have a separate video explaining what all these wires do and actually how to keep your backup camera. We're gonna go ahead and start connecting everything together. This is your USB port. You actually have to purchase a separate piece to make this work if you wanna get both of your USBs to work. And then this is an additional one that I purchased in order to make the Android Auto system work internally to make it just a little bit more cleaner. We're gonna go ahead and start tucking in these wires, clipping everything in. It's pretty straightforward. You can't really mess this up. You don't actually have to disconnect the battery to make this work either. Once you have all that connected, we can just go ahead and start putting everything back. Hey guys, just a heads up as I'm reinstalling everything, the two screws that were held in at the very bottom of the head unit itself, those actually don't hold in the new aftermarket unit for some weird reason. I guess the housing is just not long enough. So just go ahead and put the screws back in that location so you never have to lose it. And if for whatever reason, if you ever need to switch back to the original head unit, you always know where those screws are. This method also works for the 2020 all the way up to about the 2023, 2024 models. Pretty much anything before the actual facelift. Now, if you guys have any questions about this, I'll be dropping a separate video alongside with this one, so make sure to check it in the link below. I'll be going over all the details, some of the specs, and everything you should know. Also, how to keep your factory backup camera, as these are not actually optimized nor designed in order to do so. So make sure to check out that link, and as always guys, I will see you in the next video.